Have you ever played the telephone game? You know, the one where the conversation gets all messed up the further down the line it goes. You know what I'm talking about? We used to play it as kids. And sometimes companies use it as an icebreaker at team building events. It's where you start with a message at one end of the line, and each person whispers it in turn to the person next to them until you get to the end of the line and everyone's laughing at how different the message is, even after it's shared by only a few people. Well, this can happen with sales calls too, when your potential client wants to talk to their significant other before making a decision. Have you experienced that? Oftentimes, this comes up at the end of the call when you've asked your potential client about their interest in your offer. And when you hear them say, "Well, I need to talk or want to talk to my significant other," it feels like a big stall, a bucket of water on a great conversation that brings everything to a grinding halt. So what do? This conversation is going to give you 4 specific ways to handle this that will fit any situation and cater to all offer types. This conversation is going to be different because your goal is to honor all the parties involved, the potential client, the significant other, and their relationship. This is critical because the complex nature of human relationships and the very personal dynamic between family members and close partnerships. You want to tread carefully and respectfully for the highest potential of success. If we haven't met before, I'm Jessie, and I help coaches and consultants, small business owners find the fastest way to master a heartfelt sales conversation so that they can get more new clients and make more money without feeling yucky or being pushy, but instead keeping an authentic focus on helping in each and every client. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified each time I upload new tips on building your sales confidence and selling more clients with authenticity and ease. And if you stay to the very end, I have a free offer that you can implement starting with your very next sales call. I remember a situation when I was selling where I became the point person between a husband and a wife. It became clear quickly that when I reached out to one of them to follow up, they'd not talk to the other. I was having a hard time seeing if they were interested in my offer, so one of them would ask me to call the other to see what they thought. I started to be this ping pong ball between them to see if I could get them on the same page. Not an ideal situation. It was frustrating for me, for sure. They both had different goals about what they wanted, and were not talking to each other about that. Talk about sales morphing into counseling and getting into marriage dynamics that I wanted to stay far away from. So I knew there had to be a better way. Their communication issues did not need to be my communication issues. Now, this is generally not what you're going to run into if you're selling an offer that just one of the parties will be involved with. But it is really important to get buy-in from all significant parties because the potential client who buys into your offer may be spending joint funds and spending time normally devoted to other places and possibly with that significant partner. Buy-in from all parties gives you a client who you know has support from those around them. They will be more committed and they will see greater success. That's really important in the scheme of you having a thriving client who will hit the goals they want to reach and you having a client ambassador raving about your offer. So what are those better ways to handle the "I want to talk to my significant other" sales objection? Grab a piece of paper and a pen. We're jumping right in. One of my favorite ways to handle this situation is early on in the sales conversation. You know, right after you've finished with the introduction and are about to get into more depth on the call. I like to take a few minutes to ask some questions. One of them being, is there anyone else who will be involved in the decision-making process when you find an offer that you like? When you ask this question right up front in the conversation, you have a choice how you want to take the call at that moment. On one hand, you may learn that the potential client is free and clear to make the decision on their own. Terrific. But if there is someone else involved in that decision, it's a perfectly good time to let your potential client know how important it is to you that all parties understand your offer and have the opportunity to ask questions directly to you, and that you want everyone's buy-in. Tell them that you see the highest client commitment and success when all parties are supportive, because the client's going to be taking that time and financial resource to commit to your offer to get those results they're looking for. It's like you're going to be part of their family if the client signs up with you. You know what I mean? So ask them if they want to proceed with the conversation or reschedule with a significant other on the call, and move on from there. You've planted the seed early on how important this is to you, and this also sends a message to your potential client that you're in this for their win, not just for the sale. Option 2 for what you can do is get them on the phone in that moment. This one you have to play with a sense of what's appropriate in the moment of the conversation. But sometimes a significant other is fully aware that their person is on the phone with you and may even be standing by curious about what's going on. So if it's appropriate and they say they need or want to talk to their significant other, you can ask if the significant other is aware of the call taking place right now. And if they are they around and available? See if they will jump on the phone quickly right then. This can feel a bit awkward, but it's the easiest way to handle it if everyone's willing. What I like about this is that you're not losing momentum from the conversation you're having with the potential client. And if you make this pause in the conversation to get that significant other on the call, all about that significant other and making sure they're comfortable and all their questions are answered, they normally really appreciate that you've taken this time to pull them in that moment. Can you relate to my story? How often do you get the sales objection? And where does it rank on the sales objections do you hear? Do you hear it very often, or do you hear it not so often? Let me know in the comments. Okay, as a natural evolution to what we just talked about with getting them on the phone in the moment is number 3, is setting a follow-up appointment with everyone to get on the call together. This can be after you've had that full conversation with the potential prospect, or early on in the conversation, as we just mentioned. But if it's just not practical to get the significant other on the call in that moment, scheduling a follow-up call where you can be all on the call together helps avoid that telephone game situation where the potential client's left trying to explain your offer to the significant other. Most of the time, your potential client will really appreciate you getting involved and taking the burden off of them for doing all that explaining. And if the client agrees to this step, there's a high likelihood that they've bought into your offer and want your help sharing it with their partner. The risk that you take here is that in setting up another call, the momentum may drop a little bit, and sometimes it can get tricky scheduling a time that all parties are available. This is just something to keep in mind. Your last and fourth option is that you have the full sales conversation with the potential client and then schedule a follow-up separate conversation just with a significant other. This may be appropriate if there are communication issues between the parties or the significant other is just not fully in support of the potential client buying into your offer. I've seen this when one party really wants to participate, but their significant other has concerns or hesitations that they're just not comfortable talking about in a group setting. The separate conversation between you and the partner allows you to get their honest feedback and address any concerns directly with them. You almost act as an advocate for your potential client in this regard, but you are more neutral, where the significant other may not have issues telling you about their concerns, where they don't want to share those concerns with their partner. You're just trying to get to the root of any hesitations to see if you can truly be a great solution for everyone involved. Our end goal here is not just to get a new client, but to get a client that is happy and successful and committed to working with us. And out of respect for all involved, it's important to find out if there are other stakeholders who will be impacted or part of the decision. When you start digging into this, I need or want to talk to my significant other sales objection, you quickly see if it's truly an issue of needing buy-in from a partner, or if the potential client is just stalling and not really wanting to say, sorry, no, your offer just doesn't work for me. Honestly, either answer is fine. No sense in wasting time on someone who doesn't want to work with you. But for the client who truly has others involved in the decision, your assistance in communicating with those parties can make a huge difference in the outcome of your sales call. If you're interested in learning more about how to have these sorts of powerful and authentic sales conversations, reach out to me at the link I've posted in the video description below. Ask me about my 60-day Sales Accelerator program. We can chat to see if we're going to be a good fit to work together. I would love to help you and your business thrive at all new levels of success in a way that's easier than you ever thought. In the meantime, I have a freebie that you can use on your sales call today. I recommend you take a look at my checklist of the 5 mistakes that people make when handling sales objections. I've dropped a link for that in the description below as well. Now, I trust that this conversation has given you something to truly think about when you run into someone who wants or needs to talk to their significant other on a sales call. I hope you can take a few ideas from this video and apply them to your business and to your sales calls today. And if you've liked this video, please subscribe, hit the bell, and share it with some friends who may benefit from it as well. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next week with more tips to help you master a heart-centered, one-on-one sales conversation so you get more new clients and more money in your pocket faster without being pushy or sleazy. Have a great week.